Hi, hello, Roundtable fans. This is your host, Steven here. And next up on my review list is the Kiss 45th anniversary edition of Destroyer. And it came out a couple of weeks ago. I got the two disc edition, which consists of Destroyer, the original album remastered. The second disc consists of Paul Stanley demos, Gene Simmons demos, rarities such as Beth, the acoustic version, Shout It Out Loud, a mono single edit, and so on and so forth. Also, there's a couple of live tracks, some live in Paris. And I'm going to have to say, listening to it very quickly today, the remastered edition of Destroyer sounds great, in my opinion. I think it sounds really good. I put on my stereo today. The beginning, Detroit Rock City, when you hear the radio, the car revving and all this, and he's preparing to go, I guess, to the show, sounds a whole lot clearer. I thought everything sounds a lot better, a lot clearer on this. A great remastering job. This too, the demos, interesting to see where they got the, hearing God of Thunder sung by Paul Stanley. Kind of interesting. I thought it was. I understand where it went to and why producer Bob Burson would give it to Gene Simmons. It sounds more menacing. Paul Stanley kind of sounds. It's melodic, but it doesn't have that oomph that God of Thunder has. Like God of Thunder, it really clinches. Besides that, the live tracks are great. I enjoyed hearing Deuce and Shredder, and I haven't heard Flaming. I don't ever remember hearing Flaming Youth. To be honest, I don't think I've ever heard Flaming Youth live. Maybe on YouTube sometime. Other than that, it's interesting to hear Beth acoustic. I thought it's an interesting package. This is it. Folds, opens up. It's a nice cardboard package. You get the two discs here. It's pretty nice, nicely done. You get a booklet with a couple of images. I put the sticker that's on top of the wrapping because I'm a dork and I do that. Simple as that. You get a few pictures of the band. I guess kind of the behind the scenes of the making, Paul Stanley's take on the album, Gene Simmons' take on the album, and so on and so forth. It's a great thing if you're a Kiss fanatic and you want to read everything about it. I think that's well done. I think this is actually pretty done well. Forget that part. Done pretty well. And, unless, I don't know. If you don't have Destroyer, I think this is the one to get. If I had my way, and I think in 2012, about 10 years ago, maybe 10 years, they came out with Kiss Destroyer Resurrected, where Bob Ezrin, the original producer, came back and flushed out the instrumentation, kind of modernized the Destroyer a bit. Kind of tweaked it, kind of like what David Coverdale does now with his albums, and I enjoyed it. I think they should have made like the second disc, the Resurrected thing, couple of demos, and maybe the live, and remastered the original and see where it went to. I think how it would sound now as to 45 years ago. I think that would have been a great package, like Resurrected and the remastered. But that's my take. Other than that, if you don't have Destroyer yet in your collection, I think if you're a Kiss fan, you gotta have this album. I don't know what you're thinking if you don't have it. If you like rock and roll, I think this shows Kiss probably the first time they've really were pushed in the studio by somebody. I mean, they sound larger than life. It works well. I mean, Bob Ezrin brought in, the orchestras, the choirs, the backwards drumming, these the kids talking about God of Thunder. It sounded large. It sounded cinematic, and which was Kiss was aiming for with their live shows, to make it a larger than life experience. And this kind of captures that larger than life experience on vinyl or on CD or on record, whatever you want to call it. So in my opinion, is it worth your money? If you don't have it, if you've never had it before, yeah. If you have it, there's a remaster that came out 10, 15 years ago. They remastered their back catalog up to, I think up to Asylum, if I remember correctly. That remastering job is not bad either. So if you have that, I don't see there's a reason. If you're a Kiss completist, you'll probably pick this up, and I think you get a kick out of it. I think the sound is good. I think they did a really good job with the remaster. I think it may be the best one, in my opinion. from what I remember. So I could be off, but I really liked their. I was really impressed how clear it sounded. Like it really, like I said, at the beginning of Detroit Rock City, the kids talking in God of Thunder, the heavy breathing in God of Thunder, very clear, very, very pronounced, very. It just it brings the album back to life for me. I really like this. I think this has always been one of my favorites and one of my go-tos for these guys. So to hear this sound better than ever, in my opinion, is worth it. It's worth the money. I got this as a gift. I was quite lucky. Someone who knows me knows I love Kiss and got this for me for my birthday, and I'm quite happy with it. I listened to it today, and I recommend it. Kiss Completists. If you don't have this, I think you need it. If Kiss has never been your thing, if you want to try them out, this is probably the album to look into. Destroyer. If you've have it already, I don't see anything. And like I said, if they would have put Resurrected and this, and you hear the two different versions, that would have been for everybody. So I think that's the only misstep in this case, that we don't hear the different how Bob Ezrin would approach it 45 years later, as opposed to and then and now kind of thing. I think that would have been a great thing than this. This is still good. If I had a dream and my dreams came true, Resurrected and this in one package would have been the ultimate thing for me. But other than that, I think it's still worth it. If you like Kiss, you wanted the best, you got the best. It's the hottest band in the world. Kiss. I'd go for it. I think so. I think it's worth a purchase. It eventually will drop down in price. I mean, right now I think it's like 24 or 29 for the double disc. I think eventually, if you wait it out, it'll go down to $15. Everything on CD is gonna drop off anyways. Everybody's streaming it, so I think at one point they're gonna have to recoup their money some way, and they'll drop the price. Especially now with the farewell tour in full swing, I think now the price is just jacked up for the hoopla, and then later on, once that dies down, I think you get it at a fair price. And like I said, if you don't have it, I think it's worth it. Kiss Completists, I'm sure you have it by now. So there's nothing here I'm telling you that you haven't heard before. And, but other than that, it's a great package. I hope to God they kind of go back to Creatures of the Night now and do something like this, and Revenge, Lick It Up, Rock and Roll Over, and do an anniversary edition. If the remastering is going to be this good, then do them again. Yeah, for sure. I would love to see that. I'd like to see Revenge redone, remastered, and probably I don't know. Can you improve on the last remastering of Futures of the Night? I don't know, but I'd like to see, like, if there have any more tracks that led up to those releases. I'd be very curious. Still, I heard a lot of stuff about Crazy Nights. That's supposed to be good too. Wouldn't mind an anniversary of that. That'd be cool. Maybe get Bob Ezrin to see how he would do it. I forgot the producer's name of Crazy Nights now. Get him to go back and fix it. See how he would have done it. That would be interesting too. I think it's an interesting thing for Kiss or any band to do. Like then and now, how would they do the albums? And have an anniversary edition with that. So, but again, I digress. Would I get it? Yes. Worth your collection? Definitely so. So Kiss, Destroyer, Anniversary Edition, worth it. It would have been greater with the Resurrected. Other than that, if you don't have this, if you've never had this before, this is the one to get, I think, in my opinion. All right, so this is Stephen from the Round Table wishing you a rock and roll all day and party every night. No, rock and roll all night and party every day. Sorry, I did that wrong. Oh my God, Kiss fans will kill me for that. I want to rock and roll all night and party every day. Destroyer. And so with that being said, live the dream, rock and roll. Take care. Bye.